Hey Sven Squad, how you doing? Today we're going to take a look at what happens if you bring Javik along with you to Thessia, which goes under heavy attack by Reaper forces in Mass Effect 3. Before this, I'll give you a brief explanation of the mission and some context, since newer players may not know the significance of bringing him along for this mission. Keep watching and you'll understand. By the way, don't forget to check out my other videos. I have way too many Mass Effect videos at this point, some of them being guides and lore videos. Oh, and leave a like too, it helps the channel. Remember, this video is filled with Mass Effect 3 spoilers. In Mass Effect 3, you will journey to Thessia, which is the homeworld of the Asari. This mission, specifically called Priority Thessia, will have you and your squad journeying across a besieged Asari city, which contains the Temple of Athame, a place filled with artifacts that may provide clues on how to defeat the Reapers. Now, considering that Liara is automatically selected as your first squadmate, because Thessia is her home planet, and she's been researching Protheans for over 50 years, bringing Javik along as your second squadmate is just a brilliant choice. This is mostly because of his banter, but also because there are a few scenes that gets changed if you bring him, which deepens both his and even Liara's character. You see, Javik is the last surviving Prothean, the race that dominated the Milky Way galaxy 50,000 years before the events of Mass Effect. His race were the victims of the last cycle of extinction, and the Protheans were studying not only prehistoric humans, but Asari as well, which makes for some interesting dialogue if you bring him along, considering that the Asari worship the Protheans as gods. So the first scene that is heavily affected by your squad choice is when deploying on Thessia with the shuttle. If you bring someone else, like Garrus, then only Shepard and Liara will engage in conversation, like this.
Liara, do you have anything more on this artifact?
These coordinates the Counselor gave you are for the Temple of Athame. My mother took me there once. It's several thousand years old. And for some reason, it has classified government funding.
Sounds like we're on the right trail.
What if we're too late? My people are dying down there.
Not for long. We'll find the catalyst and save Thessia.
I hope you're right.
If you brought Javik, several lines of dialogue gets affected. I'll show them to you in order of Paragon and then Renegade.
Sounds like we're on the right trail.
What if we're too late? My people are dying down there.
Your empathy is a weakness. You must numb yourself to loss.
We can't ignore that people are dying. The Reapers may not have mercy, but we do.
It is their indifference that gives them power.
Then let's show them there's another way.
For some reason, it has classified government funding.
Sounds like we're on the right trail.
What if we're too late? My people are dying down there.
Your empathy is a weakness. You must numb yourself to loss.
I know it's difficult, Liara, but he's right. You could spend all day counting casualties.
When you should be avenging them.
I'm sorry. I can't be that callous.
War doesn't always provide you a choice.
If you investigate the choice of talking about Liara's mother, Javik also weighs in.
Your empathy is a weakness. You must numb yourself to loss.
Thessia took you to this temple?
I was just a child. I thought it was a history lesson, but now, maybe there was more to it.
What do you mean?
I went digging through her old files. She had heavily encrypted records on this place, some dating back centuries. I still can't crack most of them. Whatever's going on, it's well hidden.
I studied your old mission reports. Your mother was indoctrinated.
Yes, we had to kill her.
Yet it did not stop you from fighting. As I said, steel yourself. Many more lives will be lost.
After landing, you will help Lieutenant Kurin in protecting a barricade, and upon completion, Shepard will discuss the plans to retrieve the artifact with Kurin. Kurin states that she can't help Shepard at first. If you didn't bring Javik, this dialogue scene takes place, where Liara is the one who convinces the lieutenant that she needs to help.
I'm sorry, Commander. If your relic has lasted this long, it can wait a little longer. I've lost enough people today. I'm pulling the rest of them out.
No. If we don't get to that temple, Lieutenant, this will be the last you ever see of Thessia. You're witnessing the extinction of our entire race. This is the end.
And you really think you can stop all that from happening?
We've uncovered a Prothean superweapon. It'll win this war.
Prothean, huh? How do you know it'll finish the job?
It's the only chance any of us have got.
If you bring Javik, he will convince her through mind melding with her in a pretty impressively made scene.
Give me a good reason to stay. We're not dying for a field of rubble.
We're after a relic inside the temple. It's important.
That's what this is all about? One of our outposts has been trying to reach the scientists over there, but we lost contact. Get that gunship moving! Now! I'm sorry, Commander. If your relic has lasted this long, it can wait a little longer. I've lost enough people today. I'm pulling the rest of them out.
No! I sense you the lineage of a leader. A warrior's skill and cunning. They are strong in your genes. But you've grown tired of it. You're exhausted by defeat, and now you worry you don't have the courage left to go on.
By the goddess, are you...
Find your resolve. This war can end if you do.
We're building a Prothean superweapon. It'll win this war.
I believe it.
No matter what, Kurin will get convinced and she will help you in reaching the temple. When moving towards the temple, Javik will utter several lines. Have a listen.
Those things are slaughtering my people!
Then avenge their loss. Another mutant, sorry!
I still can't face those things. My own people.
When we fought the Reapers, they turned our own children against us.
I can't imagine that.
They assumed we would hesitate to kill them.
Did you?
What answer would you prefer?
None. Let's stop talking about this.
That last piece of banter is pretty horrifying, where Javik implies that the Protheans had to kill their own children that had become twisted by the Reapers. It's truly nightmarish. Shortly after this, we cross paths with the Reaper Dreadnought walking over the city.
My people had stopped being devils. They changed their minds when the Reapers arrived. The Reaper is moving on. One less we get to kill.
I think we're in the clear. Let's get out of here. Toward the Reaper! It's a way out of here!
You have an interesting concept of escape.
No choice! This nightmare never ends!
The hell it won't. We get to this artifact and we can all wake up.
50,000 years later.
When you've almost reached the temple, an Asari comes running toward Shepard and friends, whereupon she calls in for air support in order to get Shepard and the squad to the temple. Even the Asari piloting the gunship is impressed at seeing Javik.
Never thought I'd see a Prothean in action. Looks like he knows what he's doing.
Now the real gem of this mission is when you finally reach the temple.
Hello? Is anyone there?
Something is wrong. Your scientists should be here.
As you start investigating for clues, Liara explains what each artifact means, but Javik, being, well, Javik, tells Liara and Shepard what they really mean. Check it out.
Legends say she used it to protect Thessia when the heavens grew angry. Our ancestors were probably misinterpreting a meteor shower.
It was an asteroid strike. We deflected it.
You mean the Protheans? But that would imply a thing.
Is not what you believe her to be.
Just keep looking. Could this be the artifact?
I don't think so. It's the goddess Athame's sword. Myths say she wielded it against the jealous gods who threatened our ancestors.
They were a race called the Ouroboros. Thessia had vast resources. We protected you from them.
Are you actually suggesting that the Protheans intervened in our past?
It's more than a suggestion. I find it strange your scientists would abandon their own planet.
They wouldn't.
How about this?
A page from one of our earliest religious texts, the Athame Codex. Doesn't look promising. It describes how Athame taught our ancestors mathematics.
Before that, you could only count as high as your toes. We took pity.
Doesn't look useful. That's Janiri, Athame's guide who brought enlightenment to Thessia long ago.
And you don't see the resemblance? He was no servant of an imaginary goddess. He was Prothean.
What do you know about this?
A fragment from the Codex. It's not what we need. It describes how Athame's guide Janiri gave my people seeds. He taught them the seasons so they could grow crops.
We didn't want you to starve.
Javik is an absolute troll, and I love it. I've always been on the fence about Javik since Mass Effect 3 first got released, but playing through the Legendary Edition has really warmed me up to his character.
Who's that supposed to be?
It's Athame. Her image became more like ours over time.
You mean your ancestors tried to hide the truth?
I'm still not willing to believe any of that's real.
Then why does Athame speak Prothean?
What do you mean?
There is something here. I can sense it.
In this temple? I admit it is strange this place has been so well preserved. Though Athame does have great historical significance, we once believed our gods were separate from the world, looking down on us. There is a universal energy.
There's a Prothean beacon here.
What? You're sure?
It's not something you forget.
But why hide it?
The answer is obvious. Power and influence. Your people are holding the knowledge of my race for their own gain.
That can't be. I can't believe my people would keep this a secret.
Well, if it is true, the Asari should have shared this knowledge. We might not have been in this mess if they had.
You don't know that, Shepard. We don't know what's going on here.
I know we don't have much time to find out.
The few records I can access talk about tapping into Prothean data streams, reconstructing matrices, none of which I see here.
I do. The activation process has begun.
Anyway, after activating all the clues in the room to reveal the Prothean beacon that's hiding under the Asari statue, a VI activates and a dialogue sequence takes place.
We need to hurry. This place isn't going to... last very long.
Obtaining chronological marker. Hold. Timescale established. Post-Prothean cycle confirmed.
One of our computers.
Reaper presence detected. This galactic cycle has already reached its extinction terminus. Systems shutting down.
Hold on.
We need answers.
Each improves upon it. Thus far, none have successfully defeated the Reapers with it.
Then we'll be the first. Tell us what the catalyst is.
Listen to the human. He can be trusted.
I detect you are one of us. You are Prothean.
The last. I am the final hope to avenge our people.
Your mission was known to me. Do you believe this present cycle can deliver retribution?
They have earned the right to try.
Tell us what we need to know.
Very well. If you have followed the plans for the Crucible, I will interface with your system.
I really like that the VI recognizes Javik as Prothean, even if the outcome is the same no matter what squadmate you brought. Soon after the conversation takes place with the VI, Kai Leng will arrive like the douche he is, and after Thessia has fallen, something very interesting will happen. If you go to speak to Liara after the mission, she won't be in her quarters. Instead, she has gone over to Javik for a talk. I'll show you the conversation and how the dialogue goes depending on your choices. Let's start with the standard Paragon route.
Those were all lies back there.
They were not.
My people weren't animals for your kind to experiment on.
You wanted to know more about your history, Asari. Now you do.
I have a name. It's Liara Tassoni, and I'd appreciate you using it from now on. No, you're not worth it. There's been enough death today.
Don't think for a second that Liara couldn't have finished that.
As could I.
You saw what happened back on Thessia. Stop riling her up, Javik.
As you wish, Commander. But this is no time to worry about hurt feelings. We recover from this defeat, or we die.
And now we try the Renegade choice.
She's having a bad day. We all are.
It will get worse. There is no time to coddle the feelings of a depressed Asari. We recover from this defeat, or we die.
Not much changed here, but if you instead chose to interrupt, the dialogue will be entirely different. Check it out.
Name, it's Liara Tassoni, and I'd appreciate...
Hey, settle down!
My home was just destroyed, and all he can do is gloat.
Given what's happened today, I think you owe Liara an apology, Javik.
Apologize for the truth?
For not doing more. You're a Prothean. You were supposed to have all the answers. How could you not stop this from happening?
We believed you would. Long ago, we saw the potential in your people. Even then, it was obvious. The wisdom, the patience. You were the best hope for this cycle. So you were guided when necessary.
Well, it didn't work.
You're still alive, aren't you? Your world may have fallen, but as long as even one Asari is left standing, the fight isn't over.
I guess that goes for Protheans, too.
Despair is the enemy's greatest weapon. Do not let them wield it. Liara to Sony.
That was unexpected. Thank you.
We still need her talents. If grief overcomes her, she will be lost to us.
So did you actually mean what you said?
Does it matter?
Liara's been a good friend to me. It matters.
Then I will tell you what you want to hear. I meant what I said.
Carry on.
And that's it for this video. If you want to join the Ensven squad, then remember to subscribe. Have a great day, everybody. Hey hey!